On a day like today, it feels good to be outside with the warmth of the sun on your face. It's on days like these that it can be easier to feel more positive about things. But for some people, it doesn't matter how good the weather is. They feel anything but positive about themselves or about the world around them. According to the WHO, depression is the main cause of mental ill health in the world today. And here in the UK and Ireland, around 20% of people will be experiencing at least some of the symptoms of depression and anxiety. That's 1 person in 5. And what are those symptoms? How will I know if I'm depressed? The first thing to say is that sometimes people who are depressed can function perfectly normally on a day-to-day basis. Or it might be more accurate to say that they look like they're doing okay. On the inside, it might be a different story. They might actually be using all of their energy to maintain this facade. And when they're away from people, they might just crumple into an exhausted heap. So what are those symptoms? They fall into 3 general categories: physical, psychological, and social. The physical symptoms are things like lack of energy, changes in sleeping patterns, either sleeping too much or too little, loss of libido, reduced appetite, usually meaning a disinterest in food, although it can go the other way, and sometimes changes in our movement and speech patterns, them slowing down. Psychologically, the symptoms can be feeling irritable, tearful, having problems making decisions, no longer enjoying activities or hobbies that you once loved doing, feelings of low self-esteem, and probably most importantly, feeling in a low mood or feeling hopeless for at least part of the day, every day. Of course, these sorts of feelings will have a negative impact on you socially. Depression causes people to withdraw from social situations, and this has a spiraling effect on relationships. Not being with people feeds the depression, which means you're less likely to want to be with others, and so on and so forth. And while depression is so widespread, it's often referred to as the common cold of mental health. It can be treated, and treated quite effectively. Although the severity of the depression will determine the length of time needed to see an improvement. A milder depression will respond to treatment quicker than a moderate or severe case, as you might expect. At InnerWell, we use a mixture of examining the cognitive processes, basically looking at how we think about things, as well as looking to change behaviours that have been reinforced because of the depression. It's by doing this that a person can break out of the negative cycle that keeps depression alive and well. It's not easy, and it requires a certain amount of courage and effort to face it, but doing so will reap benefits, and hopefully you will be on your way back to mental well-being and balance. If you think you might have some or a lot of these symptoms, and you'd like to do something to change things, then please contact me through the website innerwell.uk or by email at innerwellsimon@gmail.com, and we can arrange to have a chat. Things can get better. And finally, remember, you are not this depression. You are suffering from it. It is not who you are. Take care, and we'll speak again soon.